right behind Red Lake Summit with Sergeant Cabarrus, and they both had their way with me at that point.
And you reported this, correct?
Yes, I did, sir.
But
this is what your department, your sheriff's department, did to me.
When my sister came home that time, she was green. She was her skin.
To where she had to deal with him when she came into your
when they
office.
came to see me.
But her skin was a shade of green.
They asked for pictures, right? And they wanted.
She was bruised from head to toe.
Marks, where my forearms were more swollen than my wrists were more swollen than my forearms. They wanted pictures of that, trying to say I was being combative. But I said, what about the bruises all over the rest of my body? And I was told by Downing, don't expose yourself to me. Don't expose yourself to me. Instead of going to get a female officer to take evidence that I was asking them to take. This was in a recorded conversation in the library, supposedly.
But you know, but this is a
this is why we have problems with Nye County Sheriff's Department. Why you guys always get problems from us is because this has been going on for 10
No, they don't get
years.
problems from us. They get complaints from us, and then they don't want to listen to the complaints, and then they turn us into the criminal because we've been being loud.
And you could not get them off you no matter how hard you struggled because you were handcuffed and held. And his excuse to get in the back seat with me out here is because he wanted to secure my feet. Why is he getting in the back seat of a vehicle with a female who has handcuffs on? Period. I was already in the back seat.
And you reported this to the
office,
correct?
I did, sir. I did. I reported it when Tonopah still was running courts and everything. I reported it to them. I gave them a statement. They ripped it right up in front of me. I even was there for a work card that day because I was supposed to be bartending for the VFW at the time. And I was told by Cabarrus' wife, who was doing the identification bar cards for everybody, that normally these are good for a year, but I'm only going to do yours for 6 months because this, that, and the other, you know, which was not right either. But I can't. Who do I complain to, sir? If I can't complain to you?
Call internal affairs.
My sister's using this time to complain to
I've
the
called the
officer.
sheriff. That's pretty internal, isn't it?
That's the top of the line. But everybody has a boss. You can call the AG's office. Everybody has.
I'm gonna go willing with that piece of paper right there. I'm not gonna be able to read that piece of paper. I'm not gonna be able to look at that piece of paper. I'm not even gonna be able to take it off of there. I'm gonna go willing through the willows with that thing.
Well, I handed it to
I'm gonna record this whole thing.
Honestly, you've given me more time of your day than any
I can't. You think I'm gonna comply? You think I'm just gonna comply? You know, insubordination is the key to freedom. Let me talk to this guy now. For now on, don't speak up, please. Insubordination is the key to freedom. Okay? While just complying is against the very nature of freedom. You cannot just comply. Because if all you did was just comply, and I know that your office and everybody else in your community would preach just comply. Dude, you wouldn't have gotten that, you know, you just comply. Well, hold on. I just want you to know that if you just complied and we just held you to that, then you're going to have to start complying with me sometime. And you might not even want to comply with what I want.
I've sat here and listened to you.
Well, you're cool. You know,
I didn't have to stand here.
Just like I say, I'm gonna say this because I've wanted to say this over numerous videos I've gotten with several officers so far. Is that I'm saying just that's cool, man. That's cool. I am commending you for standing here listening, and I just want you to know that just because I'm commending you at this token at this time, that doesn't mean that I still excuse you from any other distrust that me and you might have gotten. And I want you to understand that I'm not the one that went down to the sheriff's office and put in an application to come serve the public. I'm just the public. I'm just a people. We are from the same county, and it's a small populated county. This is a small town. Everybody knows me, so I can't remain anonymous. But I have the right to remain anonymous. I've told these guys down here, hey, in fact, I have the right to remain anonymous. I do not even want to be known as a name. I don't want you to call me a name no more. What they do is they go, oh, and it's easy to golf at that because what is that? Just my interpretation? Is that my feelings? Is that my beliefs? Well, I'm here to say that yes, those are my stupid beliefs, and they are my beliefs. And I don't want to tell you that your nice red mustache is dumb because I believe in having a beard. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do that. You see what I'm saying?
Free to believe what you want to
You
believe.
like a mustache, and you might even like more than a mustache. Maybe you can't even have more than a mustache right now, and well, I don't know. You see what I'm saying? So you don't know why I don't want to be just known as a name. You know what I mean? You know, everybody wants to try to make me out to be the asshole because I'm loud. They don't like the tone of my voice. They don't even like the speech. But all those are speech. Loud, tone, and speech. You see what I'm saying? And I haven't done one thing towards any of this stuff that's out of being loud, trying to be known, trying to get my point across. Loud. Maybe they don't like my speech. Maybe they don't like my tone. You see what I'm saying? This is what all I've been pointing out. I haven't been pointing out nothing else towards anything else. And you know what I've done? You know what I've done though. You know, no. What I've done with this is I've sat in the jail. I sat in the jail 3 times during that whole maybe even more times than that during that whole Jeff Stark fiasco, where he's sitting there using his job to oppress me, and then getting away with it fully. Totally got away with it. You know. But, you know, I have an agreement, you know. I'm not mad at Nye County anymore with that. But that doesn't mean that it's called forgiveness, but it doesn't mean that it's gone, you know. It doesn't mean it didn't happen. The whole reason why I was in and out of your courts is because it happened. You see what I'm saying? I didn't call myself there, did I? I didn't need to. I was being called there. I tried to make it there every time. There was one time that the courts didn't properly notify me to my last mailing address that I had a court. They claimed that that they notified my lawyer, but this court was on October 18th, and my lawyer even testified that he wasn't my lawyer till November 16th. So how could he be my lawyer on October 18th to tell me about something when he was my lawyer on November 16th? So, you know, I even did the time on that, and I felt I came from Washington State down here to Tonopah and turned myself in for that failure to appear. And they didn't think I was going to. I did their court. I went there. But let me get back to this instant, okay? Jan Basinger tried putting 4 dog-at-large tickets on me. And one of the times she claimed dog-at-large ticket on me, it wasn't even my dog. I lived there. It was my little sister and her boyfriend's dog that was living here, and she was out right here, and Jan Basinger was walking down right here, and she tried to, since I told the dog to get in the yard and it listened to me, she tried to tell me that was my dog. You know what I mean? And Mashlack even said, oh, so if I'm jogging down the road and some dog comes out of the yard and I say, go get, and it listens to me, that makes that my dog? And this was Mashlack. And they had to agree no, that doesn't make it your dog just because the dog listened to you. And then all of a sudden Mashlack told Basingers that no more, this is 4 complaints that she placed on me, and that if they complain against me one more time, that would be harassment, okay? And Mashlack told them that. And all of a sudden, no more dog-at-large complaints on me, right? That's a given. No more. Actually, nothing actually even was happening with me and Jim Basinger up until the point that he brought out that fucking street sweeper. Okay, so now he brings out the street sweeper in the 90s, which was the cities. And in the 90s, there was Joe Clifton and Kevin Snodgrass running the city yard. Kevin Snodgrass running the city yard. Joe Clifton worked as the hand. Next, all of a sudden, they were street sweeping. But people started complaining that the fucking street sweeper was sending rocks on their car. So then all of a sudden, fucking the county, they got calls. Sheriff's Department got calls. Hey man, this street sweeper is fucking sending rocks on our cars. Can you tell them to cease and desist? Next, all of a sudden, the county tell the city of Gabs park the machine. This machine stayed down in the county yard, and when the city disincorporated, the county took over the county yard. It turned the city yard into a county yard, right? Which I want to say, the county yard is of the people, not of the agency. It's not the agency's county yard, it's the people's county yard. The agency don't have money, they have tax money. The agency is only a mediator, the county yard's our yard. The county isn't going to sit here and tell us, the people, what to do with our fucking easements. You know, I want to make that fucking clear. This is unconstitutional. It breaches our peace when the county tells us. Timothy Dahl tried to tell me that this was the county's easements, and that was a direct breach of my peace, because I have the right to use this county easement, which is my easement, which is my neighbor's easement. You know, my family pays the taxes on this easement, but that doesn't mean my neighbor can't come and park his thing here. You know what I mean? Even if they're my enemy, like Jim. If I had a piece open right here and he needed to park here for something, he's allowed to park here. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't mean no harm. Even though he's out to get me every fucking time I turn around. But what was funny is that he's not out to get. I moved back in 2018. I started making I cleaned up a little bit of my stuff that I wanted cleaned up. He finds out I'm going down to the Dumar's place. I bought the keys from Dumar. I went down, dumped my stuff, take the keys back to Dumar. Well, one time I went to do that, and all of a sudden, oh, Jim's got the keys. You're gonna have to go ask him for the keys. I was like, oh, I was okay with that. And then I was thinking, fuck, man, I don't really want to ask Jim for the keys. You know what I mean? Because this and that. So I held off. I didn't ask Jim Basinger for the keys. Well, then I saw Troy loading up his truck with a load, and I had my truck loaded up with a load already. So I was like, okay, Troy, when you go down there, can I go down there with you? And he said, yeah. So I go down there. I see Troy take off. I go down there. I pull up. Jim Basinger and Troy are down there. So I'm like, oh man, I don't want to do this, Troy. You know, I can't do this. And I was gonna go, and then both him and Jim Basinger said, well, it's all right. You know, I'm not gonna do nothing to you. This was Jim, and he says, I said, Jim, you try to use your county position and everything against me. He goes, I don't have the power to, you know, he was just trying to say he didn't have the power and everything to do anything like that or anything, right? And he wasn't really full on harassing me at that point, right? He invited me in to dump my stuff, and I did. I agreed with both the gentlemen, right? I said, okay, fine. I'll do what my body's telling me not to do at this point, right? And I backed up to the pile and undid my load, right? And then freaking we all took off. No problems there, right? And then all of a sudden my neighbor right here had his chickens killed, right? And my cameras caught the dogs killing the chickens, right? And I turned it over to my neighbor, the video, right? I gave him a thumb drive with the shit on it. Next, he obviously used that, you know, in his defense to say what happened to his chickens, right? And then all of a sudden, next time I won't go looking to use the dump, I was told by several people, yeah, you know, I think the dump's been shut down.
With all this evidence of other people going down there and still using it.
Yeah, but no, after we've been told that the EPA shut down Ray Dumar's dump, and that the county told Ray Dumar he could no longer use his dump. That's what we was told. We was told that the county told Dumar that he can no longer use that dump, right? And I was thinking, oh hell no, you know, because the county, it's not the county's property to tell Dumar what to do with his property. But then all of a sudden it comes to the day, I'm under the impression that somebody shut that dump down, whether it be the county, the EPA, or whoever shut the fucking thing down, whether it be Ray Dumar to shut it down. I was under the impression that the dump was shut down. And then all of a sudden I see Troy loading his truck up for a dump load, and I see Jim Basinger there too, right? So I'm thinking, oh fuck, they're gonna go dump down there. Watch it, they're gonna go dump down there. Jim Basinger's here, they're loading up the truck with dump. What, is Jim Basinger gonna sit here and help Troy load up his truck so that he can haul it over to Hawthorne's dump? No. So I fucking waited till they took off with the fucking thing. I rode over to the highway over here, and I seen all their trucks down there. There's 3 trucks down there. And I moved down towards the dump on the county easement, and fucking sure enough, they're leaving the dump. I fucking got a video of the trailer, the refrigerator that was just in the back of Troy's truck, and now is sitting in the fucking dump. You see what I'm saying?
So if he's not allowed to go down there to pay his bill, then how is Jim allowed?